Do you think the right is generalizing the rhetoric, generalizing the accusations after the murder of Charlie, and quite honestly, a continuation of that with what we saw yesterday in Dallas, to indict too big of a scope, too broad of a swath of the left?
No. And I don't understand how anyone could possibly make that rationale. I mean, this is, again, the same party that tried to criminalize MAGA because a couple of grannies waved 25-cent Walmart flags as they looked at the Capitol on January 6th. I mean, like the way that they went ruthlessly after people that weren't even there on January 6th, the way that they threw that net and cast that net. I mean, they went after Donald Trump for incitement when Trump said march peacefully. And it's just like, and now they're going to sit there and say, well, the times when we actually incited violence. Here's a good example. And I actually looked this up. So President Trump eats a bullet, Will. He ate a bullet in Butler. And it was less than a week before an MSNBC pundit was saying it's time for us to put a target on Donald Trump. Back, live, on air. And what you'll constantly find between, as a difference between the left and the right, is that we don't allow that kind of rhetoric. Not only that, we don't allow violence at all. And we kick that out of our party. We disavow it. Whereas the left not only covers it up, in the case of Jimmy Kimmel, but then says to other left-wingers that want to target Trump supporters, we'll cover for you. In fact, we'll blame MAGA for your crimes. So you can get a twofer here. This is why it is so despicable and morally unforgivable what Jimmy Kimmel did. And I have something else for you, Will. You know, I come prepared in these kind of situations. Here is something I call the handy-dandy printer paper that I have created a chart. What is this chart from? It is from the DOJ's own data in the year 2023. This is Biden administration data. And this is crime committed by registered Democrats versus crime committed by registered Republicans. As you can see here in the data, Will, there's quite a difference in the parties. This difference is also demonstrated in a voluminous number of polls that show that the Democrat Party, especially younger left-wingers, see political violence as a means to an end and a political tool. This is something that was obviously espoused from the House floor when 58 Democrats refused to disavow violence this past week. And in the aftermath of the murder of Charlie Kirk, the political assassination of Charlie Kirk, the ICE shooting yesterday, and the transgender slaughter of Catholic school children praying, the response to the left, Will, has not been quiet reflection and prayerful consideration of how they could do better, but instead victim blaming, like Tim Miller just did, and then also more terrorism. They planted bombs on a Fox News local affiliate van. They've shot up an ABC news station. Left-wingers have desecrated Charlie Kirk memorials. There's like a dozen assault charges for left-wingers who have attacked Charlie Kirk mourners. Tens of thousands of leftists have celebrated Charlie Kirk's murder online. And of course, you had Predator George Zinn, who miraculously was standing there when Charlie Kirk was shot, put his arms in the air, and said, it was me, allowing for the actual shooter to get away. And I still have no proper explanation for why he did that. He's in custody right now. They found a bunch of Predator material on his phone. That's why I call him that. You can go look it up. And that has been the response from the left. And so, yes, we have a major problem with left-wing terrorism in this nation. And yes, it is organized and centrally funded. And yes, as we just heard on my program a second ago of Trish McLaughlin from DHS, that this was a copycat of Charlie Kirk. And so this is the sum of all fears, Will, is that there's going to be copycats. The guy that shot up the ICE agency was searching for the Charlie Kirk shot, was searching for how the gunman did it. These were some of the searches leading up to his attack on the ICE facility. Doing the same thing, carving left-wing iconography on his bullets and so on. It's a huge problem. And the final thing I'll say here is you can't unite with people. We want unity. Yeah, me too. Okay? Yes, I want the old-fashioned America, where we just kind of politely disagree. But you can't unify with people who want you dead. You can't live with people who want you dead. It's not going to end well. And you can't unify over a lie. And the biggest lie right now on the left is both sidesism. The biggest lie on the left is, oh, there's also right-wing violence. Oh, yeah, where? You were just making this point, and you make a great point. Okay, show me. And they can't. And so they won't own the violence on their own side. Well, there can be no unity over a lie. You can't unify with evil. You can't embrace evil. You must destroy it.